How do you know HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the best creator of all creation, of all creators? Look at the creation. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at the bug. Look at the fly. Look at the chair. Look at the mechanics of the world. Look at the universe. Look at anything. Any one thing that you would focus on, all your attention, you would see the wisdom of the Creator itself. Because you could track where this came from to another thing that's even more genius. Okay, you can look at something as simple as a chair. Wow, a chair. Well, yeah, somebody made it. Yeah, but let's think about it. Put the guy aside. Where did this piece of wood come from? A tree. Let's go to the tree. Let's go analyze the tree. You go to the tree. You start analyzing the botanics. You analyze the tree. You analyze the mechanics of the tree. You could tell that the tree is a certain age based on the certain rings that it has. The tree has certain leaves, and the leaves fall at a certain time of the year, every year. No questions asked. And then they regrow. No questions asked. It doesn't say this year I'm going to take off. And some of them grow fruit, and some of them don't. And some of them grow really tall, and some of them grow really short. And some of them grow in only specific areas, and some others don't. But one thing that you're never going to see is you're never going to see two living trees running into each other. Never. Now you're going to see sometimes a tree go through a house. Tree grows. You know, they build a house. They didn't realize they built a house next to a tree. Sometimes the tree's under, sometimes it's next to it, and the tree continues to grow as the house gets older. The tree continues to grow also. Tree grows. One day, one of the branches goes through the house, through the wall. Especially here in America, where everything's made out of sheetrock, and you can pretty much tear it up with your hands. Goes through the wall. Right? In Israel, you can't do nothing like that. In Israel, it's cement. But anyway, it's also not good if you're angry, it's cement. But anyway, it's good for you're angry. You feel really strong in America. In America, you feel strong. You can punch the wall, make a hole. In Israel, you realize how much of a nothing you are because you break your hand instead. So anyway, I've experienced that. Before tshuva. So anyway, you have yourself a tree continues to grow, but the house is not growing. And a tree one day decides, you know what? I want this room. This house is in my way. Poch! Makes a hole in the wall. Poch! Makes a hole in the floor. The floor starts coming up because the roots need more room, so the floor of your house starts coming up. Your wall falls. Your wall has a hole in the wall all of a sudden. Oh, what are we going to do with this tree? What are we going to do? But if you go in the bushes, you go in the yard, you go in the woods, you go in the forest, you're never going to see two trees running into each other. How come the tree ran into the house that's made out of tree, but it didn't run into a tree in a forest where there's many more trees? You see them, but they barely, right there, get really close, but don't touch. Don't touch. Why not? Because the tree is a living thing, and it knows that the other tree is alive. I can't be in a space. But the tree in your house, that's dead wood. Hey, you're dead. You're taking up space. Get out of here. I'm still alive. So now, we just started with the chair. We're already at the tree. Yishtabach Shimo La'ad. Where does the tree get its sustenance? Well, you think somebody comes there every day, waters the tree? No, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So now you got to start, where does this water come from? So for many, many decades, we always thought that the water that waters the earth is the rainwater that comes from the evaporation and in the ocean and the whole mechanics of everything. That's what we thought is the main watering of our world. Until recent history, where the scientists caught up to the Torah. Where Torah in Sefer Bereshit says that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu split the water, he says there's water under the rakia, under the heavens, and there's water above the rakia, above the heavens, above the sky. And Chachamim say, and surely there is more water above the heavens than there is under the heavens. So for decades, centuries, like what are you talking about? Where do you see water? With the telescope, nothing. Mars, nothing. The a moon, nothing. Anything that we can see, nothing. No water. Where's this water coming from? It's a mistake in the Torah. How you Jew people? There's a mistake. No, there's a mistake in your head. You just don't know where the water's coming from. Until the scientists came up and understood and finally caught up to our Torah that we got almost 2,000 years ago, and realized that every time you see what's called a falling star, it's really not a star. It's a comet, which is, in essence, an enormous iceberg. An enormous iceberg that's now passing in direct line with the sun and is melting at high speed, hence the reason of why there's a streak, because it's all the water that's melting from this huge iceberg. When they discovered this, they were amazed. But when they discovered the following thing, they were even more amazed. What did they discover? They discovered that the entire outer surface of the universe is all ice. And the water that feeds this world is from there. All the water that's, you have some evaporation, the ocean evaporates, a little bit goes into rain. You have some of that. But the main sustenance of the world comes from exactly where the Chachamim said, from above the heavens. Much more significant place. It just took science about 2,000 years to catch up. So, that's also one of the things that Professor Francis told the rest of his colleagues in this meeting in Philadelphia years ago. He says, you're never going to figure this stuff out. Everything that we have in creation, we're never going to figure the source of creation without believing in a creator. So, now when a person understands that, so you have the chair, we go to the tree. The tree, now you have the water. Now from the water you go to the comets. And the comets, who created the comets. And you realize that the Creator's system is so extraordinary that with or without you would be there, number one. Number two, with or without you agreeing to it, understanding it, it's still functioning perfectly. Doesn't need your assistance in any way. And most importantly, all of this knowledge that we have is just a microcosm of what the true knowledge really is, of how it all really works, which he possesses.